I don't want to say easier, because nothing's easy. It's not easy to get into this stuff. It's not easy to get into investments. But what it makes it more accessible. That's how I should say it. It makes the tools and the resources are all more accessible because of the internet and information. So what this video is about is financial intelligence and thinking in an information age mindset rather than a industrial age mindset. So I'm not saying that you should never work a job. I've worked plenty of jobs. I worked various different jobs, good paying jobs, not so great paying jobs, up until like a year and a half ago, and then COVID hit. I got not necessarily laid off, but we weren't working for a long time, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna take this time to start to build me and build what I want. So, I was fortunate to be able to do that and be savvy enough with money, financially intelligent enough with money that, I didn't have to return to a job, because a job in a career at a company making somebody else rich isn't the only way to make money, isn't the only way to make a good living, and it's not even the fastest. Some people think it's the fastest. Some people say, well, that's going to take 20 years and that's going to take 30 years and this is going to, no, it's going to take however long I'm motivated for it to take. As long, don't limit. You have no right to. Nobody has any right to limit you on what you can do, or tell you how long it should take. So, or tell you how long it should take. Anyways, so moving in forward with the information age, we have a lot of opportunity, guys. Sorry, thought I was going to get a visitor. There are a lot of opportunities to make money in the unconventional way. So, the question I have to ask you guys before I move any farther with this video, or before you continue watching this video, is, would you rather trade your time, your most valuable asset, for a less valuable asset, money, or would you rather trade your less valuable asset for more of itself? And what I'm saying is, would you rather trade your money for money? So would you rather trade your time for money, or would you rather trade your money for more money? Okay? That's the difference between the industrial age and the information age. And the industrial age, while that's still respectable, it's still a good living, it doesn't get you ahead enough to retire and live the life that you deserve. Okay? Period. One of my favorite mentors, Robert Kiyosaki, said, I laugh at people that, work a job and live below their means. He said even whenever he worked a job, he never saw a point in living below your means, because that's a poor man's mindset. So you live below your means and you never achieve anything higher. If you push yourself a little bit beyond your means, then you push yourself farther to make more money. Now, granted, I'm not saying, go way beyond your means and then spend every cent you get, and no, that would be unintelligent. That wouldn't be smart at all. But what I'm saying is that you take this chunk out of this paycheck and you put it towards this investment. And granted, I don't advise on any investments to put in anything. Me, I like to invest in cars. I like to invest in crypto, and I like to invest in real estate. So the real estate one I haven't fully got started investing in yet, but I'm getting really close. So I'm happy to say that. So but these are physical things. So I talked a little bit the other day whenever I was talking about crypto, and I talked about Gresham's law. And what Gresham's law is, and I messed it up and I said Meesham's law before, and I'll probably never live it down, but that's fine. But what Gresham's law is when bad money enters the system, good money goes into hiding. And what that means is when the government starts printing billions and billions of unbacked dollars, trillions of unbacked dollars, then that's bad money. So when that happens, guess what starts happening? And I've already seen it start happening. Money starts going into hiding. And so three of the bigger ways, and the wealthy, where they are putting their money is gold, silver, and then cryptocurrencies. But those aren't the only places it can go, guys. So you have to think anything that you can buy that's physical and you know that will gain value in the future, that's your money going into hiding. So, for instance, if you buy a piece of real estate, a property, so say you had $25,000 laying around, and you didn't want to keep that out there because it's not going to be worth anything soon, and you wanted to put it in something that was going to gain value. Money doesn't gain value. Money loses value on its own. When it's in things, it gains value. So when it's in something physical, so that's the thing, is everybody thinks that they constantly have to be liquid, and that the money, have money stacks, and all of that at hand, and that's unintelligent, because money is not backed by anything anymore, and it's a currency. And what is the root word of currency, guys? Hold on. Is current. So it's constantly flowing. So if you take it and put it in a safe or a savings account that makes you 0.00 whatever interest a month, or annual interest, then it's not doing anything. It's not gaining value, it's not growing, it's not working for you. You take your money, you put it into a house so you got that $25,000, you buy a $15,000 house, you find the worst house in the best neighborhood, you put $15,000, you buy $15,000. This is just hypothetical. I know everybody's gonna be like, where'd you find that? Where are you gonna find that? Where are you gonna find that? It's gonna take years. It's gonna take years. It's gonna take years. Bet. Watch me. Okay. I'll show you. I don't have to stay here to do it either. I can go anywhere. That's with physical objects. You can go buy, rent, sell, anywhere. Okay? There's a bunch of houses in actually a pretty decent neighborhood up in Toledo right now that are $5,000 a piece. All you need is that and the money and a plan to remodel, and the bank will sell it to you. That's it. Okay, so $15,000, you buy a house, you put the other $10,000 into the house, and you wait for the market to get better, and you've grown your value. You then, and guess what? It didn't happen to that money the entire time you had that property. It was not taxed. So then you take that money, you buy a bigger investment, or two other properties, and you keep growing it from there, because it's a current, so it's flowing. So if you keep the money flowing, and then it comes back around in your balance sheet for expenses and your physical money to pay for whatever your needs, wants, desires are. Sorry, excuse me. But the most important thing to keep in mind when it comes to money is that it's a currency. Okay? It flows. Current is the root word of currency, which means flow. It flows like a current. Okay? Anyways, so... oh, goodness. So, that we had just talked about a lot, I know. And I want to slow down here for a minute and give you guys a breather, let you guys process just a minute, just a little bit of what I just said. So I just want to go over the things that I just said, and retouch on them, okay? So we have the industrial age, no good. It's a poor man's mindset these days. Maybe not back then, but it is these days. And it's a very risky business these days to be in the industrial age mindset. So we're in the information age. You would be good to gain and learn as much information as you can about whatever interests you, and then side by side with that, become financially intelligent, more financially intelligent. So grow your financial intelligence side by side with that, and then guess what? You put the two together, and you'll be happy and make a good living, and not have to answer to other people. And if you have the right CPA, not even necessarily just have the right CPA, just have your taxes done right. That's the thing, is you want a professional to do that, because you don't want it messed up. And pay yourself first, and guess what? You'll be financially free and not have to worry about anything. And that's the beauty of the information age. So I'm not saying it's magic, guys. I'm not saying it's easy. It's not. If anything, it's harder. In my opinion, if anything, it's harder, and that's where a lot of people don't even realize it, and that's why people get stuck in the industrial age, because the industrial age these days is actually easier. Doing less is always going to be easier. Not chasing your dreams, not chasing businesses, companies, investments, assets. That's less. That's easier. It's easier not to do that stuff. But I'm not the kind of guy to do the easy thing. I'm not the kind of guy to be an employee. I'm not the kind of guy that, gets bossed around, told what to do. I'm the guy that wants to be on top. I'm not the guy that gets half my earnings taken by the government. No. I want to keep what's mine, and I want to create jobs and be the top guy. And nothing's going to stop me from doing that. And so that's where I'm going in the information age, and that's where the information age is going. As we continue, I strongly believe that more and more people are going to start their own businesses and be entrepreneurs. It's already becoming a big thing. So it's honestly the way of the future, part of the way of the future. Of course, we're always going to have employees. We're always going to have industrial age mindseted people, because they're too afraid and think that it takes too long, and don't try to see the upsides. And it's just easier to stay where they are, making the money that they're making, capping out at the money they're going to cap out at, and the government taking half. So that's where we're headed with the information age. So if you want to break that mold and you want to be out of that, then start financially educating yourself. A couple of books that I like to use for that is Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki's Financial IQ, Robert Kiyosaki's Cashflow Quadrant. Those three are my favorite. And then Think and Grow Rich is really based on the fact of thinking literally exactly what the title says, thinking and grow rich. So what it's basically trying to get people to do is think, because people don't want to think these days. They just want to do. So so you really need to open your mind. So that's a really good book to read. Let's see what else. Anything by Robert Kiyosaki, anything by any of his authors. Like if you're into real estate, he has his real estate specialist has a real estate book, the ins and outs of real estate, I believe it's called, and or the basics of real estate, something like that. But anyways, if you go on the Rich Dad website, you can find the books there, and he basically has any topic that you could be interested in, or something for you at the very least. But anyway, so grow your financial intelligence, okay? And while building yourself, grow your financial intelligence while building yourself and gaining information and constantly learning on what you're doing, on what you're wanting to do. Okay? What you're doing or wanting to do, constantly be educating yourself on that, and then be constantly educating yourself financially, and eventually the two will grow together and make you very prosperous and very happy. That's my goal. That's how things are kind of going towards in the information age. Again, we're always going to have people that are stuck in the industrial age that think that their only option is to go work, and that it would take too long to create something, and there's not enough capital, and that's all excuses, guys. Those are all excuses to stay in the easier thing of the easier industrial mind age or industrial age mindset. I'm just going to start calling it from now, the easier industrial age mindset, because what entrepreneurs and stuff like what I do, it's not easy. It's hard. It's testing. You don't always make a lot of money, and you don't always have all the money you need, and that's scary, but guess what? It pushes you. When you're hungry, it makes you hungry. So you got to be hungry for it. People in the industrial age, easy industrial age mindset, they're not hungry. They lost that. They're the only thing they're looking for is that next paycheck and the next little thing they can buy with it for their little house and their little this and little that, so, and I'm not making, people are content and I'm content. I don't have a big house, we don't, eventually I will, we will, sooner rather than later. But we have a lot more than a lot of other people do at our age. So, and that's from being financially intelligent. So, and not being stuck in the industrial age. You'll notice a strong difference between, if you really start looking at people that are stuck in the industrial age versus people that are progressively moving forward in the information age. There's a vast difference between their styles of living, they're materialistic. They'll own a lot of nice things. But that's because they live below their means in other matters, i.e. like vehicle, house, stuff like that, or they've been saving for years, crazy amount of years, to be able to have just, a couple $100,000 saved up, and, they think they're rich then. Anyways, but they're not, and wealth goes way beyond money, guys. Wealth goes to knowledge and generations. You want your wealth to go generations. I think we've been told, us millennials, and we've been told we can do whatever we want, and I think part of the information age has to do with that, and the fact that we said fine, that we're going to do what we want then, and that's kind of how we got here. And I think it's great. I think that if you're not willing to move forward and you want to stay in the industrial age, that's fine. I don't know why you're still watching this video if that's the case, but for those of you that want to move forward in your financial future, become more financially intelligent, and prosper in your own way, not make someone else rich, make yourself rich in many more ways than just monetarily, then I strongly suggest that you guys like this video, subscribe below, because I really do plan on having more of this come. Next week we're going on vacation to the beach. I'm going to try to keep it up while we're down there. It's so simple. I can just wake up before everybody else and get on here, have quiet mornings. You guys will hopefully be able to hear the beach waves in the background. So that's another perk of working hard and doing what we're doing, me and my girlfriend, and being financially intelligent, is that we get to go to places like Charleston and whatnot yearly and do those kind of things. So it's kind of exciting when that pays off and you get to do that stuff. So anyway, so hopefully, I know this was kind of a long video, but hopefully I'll see you guys on here soon, and hopefully you guys got value out of this. If you did, hit like below and subscribe. If you're watching this on Facebook, please go over to my YouTube channel, Village Advisor, and which I'll put a link in. If I can do a description, I'm not sure how it works with YouTube, or I'll put a link to my YouTube channel in the description on Facebook here, so that you guys can get over that and check out my other stuff, which is just crypto based right now, but there's going to be more just educational stuff like this, advising, some advising issues, not issues, advising stuff. So if you guys are getting value out of this, you like what you see, like cryptos, like this, go subscribe to the channel. You get the updates when I get some new stuff out, and I will definitely see you guys before the beach and at the beach. So you guys have a beautiful rest of your Sunday, and remember, we're in the information age. If you don't want to be left behind, you need to get there too. Alrighty, guys, have a great day.